Yes, thank you so much, guys. I'm not sure if those are Steam avatars or Twitch profile images, but quite the crowd we have today. Some interesting imagery, including that of an OG supporter I saw. But it's good to have you back, Jason, as an OG, as Dagster's going to go take down another one of the OGs, Dren, the first to fall on Dust2, and that means the start is favorable again for Team Spirit, but as they mentioned, this is their map choice, and they have a great win rate on it, and Inferno hasn't exactly gone their way, Jason, so a chance they can turn this series now.
Yeah, I mean, oh, good peek from the CTs, but Norbert win both fights. Oh, that's big. Even with the flashbang coming out, Chopper's still here, so is Dagster. But all of a sudden, man advantage. They're pinned against the wall, however, but these USPs aren't doing any damage to the Glocks. Glocks winning long range. Oh, SDY is blind, and K23 is on point. They are perfect in this round so far.
They missed the flash at long, and still they're able to get the kills as Fame as an excellent round in the end, getting 3 kills. One of them a drive-by. Just running down long, chilling out, and just wrecks the player in CT through the edge of the smoke. So good job, K23, to turn that round backwards. Having lost the opening kill, they do get the pistol round.
That's huge. This feels like, I'm very, if you go by statistics, this is one of those series that feels like it doesn't truly get started until the third map, because it seems like each team is just such a huge favorite on their own home pick. But man, the way Spirit played in map 1, the way K23 ran him over, I think it's got a lot of people feeling confident. That's good shooting from Mo. First the headshot on SDY through the door, a tag on a Dagster as well. And that's going to give some space to Nealon to just march out and take control of the map.
Nealon does indeed do exactly that, as he'll get Chopper down, but Magic's just found Fame with the Deagle, and guess what else he gets for his efforts? The bomb, but he's not super comfortable sitting out on Catwalk this much time left in the round, as obviously they'll retake that, and he doesn't want to give up the advantage. Although I say advantage, they're still down a man, but the advantage that he has in that slight situation. They'll switch over Nealon from the Galil to the AK. 2 to push back in middle. So knowing that the bomb's down and knowing that they're going to be trying to retake Catwalk, they try and surprise them by going to mid, but Mo through the door is able to get Mir, who tried to pick up the scout and fire back at him. 3 scouts in play, and 2 of them on the CT side with just as many members remaining. Gives you an indication of exactly what they're working with as they try to get tags on Catwalk. Round over, K23 convert.
Yeah, it's a shame. It would have been cool to see them able to actually protect the bomb, but they realized those stairs on Catwalk is just a magnet for nades and utility. Didn't want to stick around and mess with that at all. That would have been a losing battle. Good tags from Mo, and unfortunately for Team Spirit, the scouts of their own couldn't get too many. So no one was low on HP right at the end. 2-0 for K23's offense, and this will be a much easier time. Unarmored USPs, and K23 will be off to the races with a 3-0 lead, more than likely. Well, let's not call it too soon, Matt. Hold it in.
Yeah, I will. The urge is there, though, Jason. I won't lie to you. As they push through, Norbert could have a little bit of fun this round. Discipline, though. He's going to back off instead.
I like this. I like that kind of a play. You got to be aware the mid push is coming. Dagster and Magix and actually Dren is going to come back and help Norbert in the cave, and that might be huge. That might be everything he needs. There's the first kill. Dren surely going to be the next peak, and Mir's going to join up with Dagster in middle. Another one comes out. They don't know Dexter's there, but good fight from SDY and Dagster. They both find guns right at the end, so both K23 players fall. It's 2 Galil salvage, so not the biggest deal in the world, but that's quite a nice start for the economy of Team Spirit going into the gun rounds if they can keep these alive.
If they can keep them alive, Dagster with 6 HP and SDY on 28. They are kind of considering the fact that they could be over toward B, but with 3 players left up and 2 AKs, they don't want to give away anything else. So it'll be round to K23, and I think they'll end this as it is. So 5 players surviving. As you say, going into the gun round. 2 Galils, CT side with decent amount of money to distribute between the team. Do they keep those? I imagine they will, but they'll get out utility to go around them.
Yeah, you got to keep them just for the economic benefit. It'd be silly to waste it, even though they are a little bit of weaker guns. It'll be interesting to see if that factor comes into play, if the lack of stopping power on the Galil impacts this round. But either way, just so much money saved by Magix and Chopper. No op-out. Oh, excuse me. There is an op-out on Dagster on the CT side. He's going to have that towards long, and he's too blind to take the shot cleanly. Dren and K23 force him back.
Contact play at middle as well, coming out from Norbert with double smokes down. They're able to push through, and they're going to go fast on the B. Mo's going to capitalize on this as well. SDY, I don't think they even know they're at middle yet. They're both looking toward the tunnels, and they're already outside the window with the bomb. They have to be aware, surely, that they've got to win that battle. Meanwhile, Adren will catch off Chopper the next of the rotations, but Mir using smoke to his advantage. SDY managing to do a tremendous job, and now Mir will use that same T-smoke to wrap back around toward the window. It does mean that he vacates the premises of the site, but he'll bounce the incendiary down to the box. They plant behind the double stack instead. And there was almost a chance that Mir could have potentially stayed in that smoke and still been inside of the doorway, but the fact that he comes back out at least gives his teammates time to rotate, and they'll have a 3-on-3 retake situation. They did a good job to hold off what they could. Norbert already has Mir down. Now it's just the two players in tunnels, and I don't think they have any confidence at all in that. And Mo's AWP certainly would have put a problem for them, so a save called from Team Spirit inevitably.
Yeah, once Mir goes down outside and the retake is fully from the tunnels, it's not worth risking the op. Good win from K23. I think the flank from Chopper on Catwalk was a little bit early. The defense had them stalled out. They had them just kind of stuck in mid with smoke down in the doorway. It was going to be hard to find an entrance, but Chopper was the first point of contact on the whole defense, trying to get over to the B bomb site in quick fashion, ran into a lurk. And K23 able to get the information at long A. The Opera was there, at least one more person throwing grenades, and they're able to walk out mid and get a free mid to B split 4-0. Although this is the benefit of saving those glows in the previous round. Another buy. They have a double op setup. They can drop enough rifles over to teammates to have a strong purchase behind it. Very good look for Team Spirit here in round 5.
They're going to need a good look. And he mentioned it as well, carrying those Galils a little longer just to give them that economic benefit. That's why they're able to get so much out again in this round. And they'll work toward Catwalk. Flash to clear corner. Adren and Fame, the two closest to contact with Degster, who sits at Goose. Chopper as well is able to support that down from the car position on an M4. Dexter starts it off. Good find. AWP and a great nade. Does significant damage to 3 members. And okay, sure, you can argue the nades in Counter-Strike don't do a lot of times. Well, that's going to put them in striking distance for the M4s that are still in play for Chopper and Mir. So that levels out the rifle situation against the AKs. They are still wrapping around as they get to Gandalf. Chopper very passive as well, and the AWP on the ramp can be so powerful if he gets the chance to get the peeks, and not expectedly, he will take down Adren. Watch his exposure, though, because from Cat, he could be found. Instead, though, Chopper is going to take down Fame. Bomb was still planted. K23 in a 2-on-5. Desperately going to want to hold on to this, and I think if they can't get a kill in the very near future, they'll back away and just save the AWP and AK, and with the push toward long, the clearance being done by Magic, they now know they have position to go for the defuse, and they're not going to chase too aggressively as they'll check off Gandalf, but round done. Good retake from Team Spirit.
Good everything from Team Spirit.
I wouldn't even call that a retake, really. They conceded the bomb plant, but they had control, I think, the whole time.
Norbert just went for something real lucky at the end. You're exactly right. They had control of the situation. There was not a whole lot of danger. Really good counter utility for Team Spirit. First, the nade on Dexter that you pointed out. The follow-up Molotovs as well. K23 was forced to kind of take a slow hit. That's a bit of a mistake from Nealon trying to get that Molotov off before the smoke is plumed. And obviously a bit fortunate with that jumping shot from Chopper. But K23, yeah, they get the bomb planted. They make it into the bomb site. They lose 2 players for it, and never really had a whole lot of strength in taking over. Norbert's out long. Engagement coming as Chopper's made it to pit. Magic's at the corner as well. 2 rifles, not the AWP, but Magic's, oh, he turns and he tries to hard clear right. Now Fame is gonna get a wide angle and a double kill. Dexter's caught out in the open, completely blind, but he holds his nerve somehow with the AWP to find one, and should be a trade. Somehow gets so fortunate for a second.
Yeah, take what you can get. Fame on the hat trick at this point is going to have to find a bit more potentially, as Mir will get Adren back down. The bomb to be planted this time. Not quite open enough to be a long plant, but still spottable from that position as the AWP starts to get a little bit closer for Mo, and he'll get behind the car. Goose for Fame, and they actually want to retake long. They actually want to go both this direction, expecting that if it is planted for that position, they've got to clear the pit. That will slow them and buy them time, and if they overcommit to peeking pit, not looking at the car, Mo's going to find an easy kill on Mir, even though they did swing that way and check it. Now, he didn't spot SDY, and that car is paper thin, and SDY shows us exactly that, knowing now that they've got to be on Goose. He'll throw the nade and try and wrap around to find Fame, and he's done exactly that. It's Spirit again to find their second round in succession. Oh, I take it back. There wasn't the time. I thought there still was.
Oh, no, it was right on the edge. That's so brutal. I can't believe he even actually continued to go for that after his teammate went down Mir with the AWP. But yeah, that nade is perfect. He predicts the movement of Fame. He predicts exactly where he's going to go. Nade damage and uses the smoke to grab that wide angle. That's a good attempt at the 1 versus 2, and really unfortunate he couldn't pull it out. Still, Team Spirit going to have a solid buy. They survived with all 5 players in the previous round. They can afford to go right back into a double op setup, but this is everything they've got built up. And man, again, long take coming in. Dexter's blind, falling all the way back, but can't make it. Magix gets caught as well. And here's the sloppy Team Spirit again. Here's the Team Spirit that kind of sleeps at the wheel sometimes. And this is going to be a hole, not only in this round, but in this map that they have to dig themselves out of.
Shots from Nealon are successful as Chopper goes down, and what a fast round already from K23. Not only do they win the last one by way of the bomb exploding, they're now double up, and Team Spirit looked like they were going to be in a great position to finally claw their way back into this map, but now they find themselves potentially, and I would say almost certainly, in a 6-1 deficit. And you can forget their map choice, Jason. You said it. I mean, this seemed like a series, in your words, that would arrive on the 3rd map, but the way K23 played on Inferno, well, they're translating that now, and a great start is going to put the pressure on Team Spirit.
Yeah, especially if Adren's able to grab even just one of these weapons. I mean, there's so many angles once you come in here. It all depends on his choice of what he's going to clear out or if he wants to wait for his teammates to come in to ensure a trade. Ooh, but he does clear left. He's done it all. It's just the op remaining. At least SDY is outside of the bomb site, and he's going to work his way toward the bomb explosion, which is away from K23. Just tuck himself behind a box. Yeah, quickly this has turned into a desperate scenario for Team Spirit's defense, down by 5. And this is just, these last 2 rounds have just been standard long takes. Like, this is just Dexter getting caught out in the open. I think he's turning from his own teammate's flashbang. So, I mean, it seems like some kind of miscommunication, but Spirit not firing on all cylinders, obviously, for these first 7 rounds of play.
So a very fast cat stack boost to try and take some presence on the map for Team Spirit. SDY's AWP will stay at long. Play it directly on top of the A platform, in fact, with Mir already sitting, I believe, in elevator. Yeah, he is down below, so thought maybe he was on the ledge as they came back over, but he's going to sit and wait as SDY gets caught out. That left eye, Jason. And gap smoke, Dexter spots, but they too see him, and as a result of that, they're quickly able to get in position to take him down, and rifles just go to work. K23
they're looking good.
5 up at this point. Yeah, very, very good, but they kept 5 alive in the last round, so this potentially is 2 rounds in a row where they won't lose a body, and that means they're going to have quite the bank account to invest in.
I think
Maybe
what
they can
really
get some crypto.
What really hurts, well, you know, buy the dip, as they say. I think what really hurts if your Team Spirit is the idea that this is now 3 rounds straight, and obviously this one was just the 1 AWP saved in pistols, but previously 2 gun rounds where they're losing control of long. And Dust2 for the CT side becomes such a nightmare if you can't hold long. It is the worst feeling in the world. And if they're just gonna get beat up every time K23 comes out that way, we've seen like 2 pretty easy like double kills to open it up for K23. It's gonna be, I mean, a short half, but it's gonna feel like a long half if you're Team Spirit, and you start to feel real useless if you're the B players, if you're the mid players, and long just keeps getting lost over and over again. Just feels like the whole map collapses from there. So 6-round lead for K23, double up again for Team Spirit, but it hasn't brought them too much success.
Well, they need to find it now. Again, they nearly had back-to-back rounds. It was time that was the enemy, and Mir will start it off by getting Mao, and now that is going to open up a sustainable advantage, not tradable. Fame coming out from the lower tunnels will at least get close to contact at those double doors, but they've even gone more passive than that as Mir's taken the AWP and gone up toward the B window instead. Dagster still has his toward long at the car. But Magic has the tough task. I shouldn't say tough task, but the obligatory task of keeping long in control if they do try and take that A hit so that the AWP has room. Meanwhile, though, it looks like this is becoming increasingly more likely to go to the B site, and Magic's starting to look for information on A to see if they can get a rotation, because right now there's no one even in mid. So pressure on Mir and SDY. Fortunately for them, no one taking from mid. That gives them a slightly better chance of holding the site itself, and SDY will elevate himself above the smoke at the mouth of the tunnels with the AUG. Well, he needs to be careful. They've already walked out. Tries to flash. Realizes they're in. The flash will still work for him, though, as he recovers the position and drops away the underhand to do it. But Mir gets one on Norbert as they cross over the door. He's got to make sure he's got that window position covered off. And finally, the kills come in that matter, and it's a Dren to deal the blow. That'll allow at least the bomb plant to come down, but a 1-on-3 to hold. He has the sights. Give him some credit, but he doesn't have the timing figured out as Magix is already rotating around behind, and that's enough to distract and allow Chopper to get the kill.
Ooh, that could have been a completely different round. I think the entry player got blind by his team by K23 flash on that entrance to try and clear out the cubby. If that actually occurs, maybe they can actually spin this round, but too good of a defense for Team Spirit. 2 kills from SDY. I think that was 1 on Mir as well. And that's important for another reason. If K23 was going to be able to establish that they can have success at long and then go and hit the B bomb site on a timing hit, like that would have been Team Spirit just saying, we can't hold either bomb site. Like this half is just over. So that's good, at least for Team Spirit, for the morale, that they can hold that site and don't let K23 have an entire strategic monopoly on the map. 7-2, and still money for the attacking side. A Dren is going to push down lower dark and jump past the upcoming boost. That boost is just waiting and listening for the sound cue of a flashbang that never came, so they're going to execute it. And a Dren spots it late. They still almost got punished.
I love that boost. It's so simple, but it's just, I feel like it can be utilized so much more than it is at times, and the AWP just narrowly missing its chance to get the opener. One of the few ways the CTs can actually be hyper-aggressive on Dust2. So they'll go toward long this time, and interestingly enough, they'll get it for free. The long itself, that is. Obviously, A still has Magic on top of it, as well as Dagster waiting a catwalk, as well as Chopper, who's down at the stairs. So they'll have to plant for long if they get up that far. Good run boost out, and Mo's able to take down Magic immediately. They'll take catwalk because they need control of one or the other, but that long Molotov, remember, that was one of the changes from the map, the skybox changes. They can throw that from long and isolate the players that are still on cat, which is going to give them a great chance. Double smoke. They don't want to gap this time. They know there's going to be a presence there, but they want to get the bomb in position, and through the smoke as Ren's able to get the first kill. Bomb will go all the way to Goose just to be absolutely sure that he's covering his bases, covering off the angles, and Fame should go for the plant any second. And less opposition against him when he does so, because already they're finding a kill onto SDY as well. And I think a save call has to be made. Team Spirit's going to back away, but watch the lurk, because that top of middle, and Mir can't do anything of it, was Norbert, but that's at least information for Chopper. I'll get 2 for that. An upgrade.
Yeah. 1 more kill on the exit. That's huge, that they're able to make the escape with these weapons. Yeah, and he did upgrade to the AK-47, but no chance of going for this. And we're starting to run into the same problem they had on Inferno, Matt, which is this K23 offense isn't letting them to win 2 rounds in a row. It's like, great, you've had that initial success, but nothing past that. So K23 going to be up by 6. And again, it's long A, the Achilles heel. This time it was a passive defense either. They did get the opening pick with that run boost, but at least nobody died at the corner. They still can't hold on to it. And K23 is just being clinical in that part of the map. And it's got to be frustrating. Team Spirit.
6 shot from Mo. Run boost success. They look straight to the platform. They'd already cleared out Carr with some shoulder peaks that obviously don't expose themselves that far away. To get through the smoke, set smoke out of spawn to try and cover over toward B, and Mo is ready for this fight. He's even going to drop down and fire back toward APC just in case they're playing inside of that. And now Dagster knows there's an op in middle, so he'll be slightly more timid. Does avoid the first flash. Sees the crossfires late, though. And interestingly enough, that almost gives Adren a chance to capitalize and run him down.
Dren was playing with fire, though, with Mir on the other side as well. 2 AWPs that he's trying to dodge in that crack of the double doors. Couple narrow misses as well from the CT side. Regardless, Fame now able to pressure up Catwalk. He's the only one here. Looks like K23 gonna fall into a split. Adrena, Nealon heading towards Long. Norbert, Fame, and Mo to attack Catwalk. They'll run into Chopper on the bomb site and Degster with the AWP on the cross. But if Magix goes down, if he dies quick, if Adrena and Nealon take care of him very fast, they're in trouble. Degster will go down soon after.
Chopper sitting inside by Gandalf, not checked, was able to look away from the wall and get some support from Degster, and Magix is going to hold out long, so this is much better now from Team Spirit. Still an 8-2 scoreline, but they'll start to claw it back as they find a third. Surely, Mo, 1-on-5, AWP, and inside of the Flames, Degster finds his second in the round as he gets the shot back against the man that was burning. Good hold that time. Again, trying to find that A split. They've got some confidence now, you're right, Jason, I think, toward A, because they've had success when they push long, I should say, because remember 2 rounds ago, that didn't exactly work out, being passive and trying to hold Cat instead.
Spirit's done a great job with counter utility whenever there's a Catwalk hit coming in. That time it's a third smoke added on to the railing smoke that K23's throwing, so that Chopper can get that angle in the corner, that they won't see him move into that position. And then they have to come through the smoke. Here we go. Can they stop it this time? Yes, just barely. Chopper able to win a battle. Fame actually had the advantage. He had the first few bullets in that exchange. And that 1 kill is such a big deal. Good on Chopper to finally get some success in the long corner.
Magic gonna wait it out. Cuts us out a Dren. But Nealon's able to immediately trade that as they come back through on a pretty standard trade with a player behind the A doors. So 2-2 split for the defense, but the man advantage. And Chopper now, having realized that Long might be lost on that, is going to try and take Catwalk instead, but staying at the stairs, doesn't want to go all the way around, and Norbert is heading in that direction. Flash out with smoke down. Norbert is well aware of the presence that he now faces. Does he check the corner? Oh, he does. Absolutely. With that smoke fading, I think you have to, and he's a smart enough and experienced enough player to know that. But Mirror, this is... I like this. Taking back the mid-control by getting up on Cat, misses his shot. I think he actually was going to wait to take it, but based on the player model turning, the periphery could have been a scary proposition. He still has position. That's still going to slow them down, and it's good information for his teams. Or teammates, I should say, as he gets Norbert finally, but Mo at Long does manage to get 1 kill back. Bomb just sitting on the ledge. Tantalizingly close to falling over, but it'll be caught on fire instead, extinguished immediately, and that'll reveal Mo's position. Drop down and run to B? No, he's gonna get caught out. He stays up above. I thought maybe he might be clever enough to try that play.
No, not even necessarily. Well, maybe not clever, maybe more just bold and courageous. That would have been risky.
Yeah,
but
I think, yeah, fair.
It certainly would have given SDY a tough shot to hit, because he wouldn't have expected it either. But impossible to know that might be successful in that situation. 4-round lead for K23. Almost works, but finally Team Spirit able to plant their feet 2 rounds in a row. And they've got a chance to close the gap and bring this into a very respectable CT scoreline. If they can get up towards 6 and 7, they'll be feeling good compared to where they once were. And finally, they've taken the money away from K23. It only took 12 rounds to force K23 back onto pistols.
The op again of SDY, staring into the B tunnels. Spots the Molotov going to clear a close angle. Make sure no one's pushed up as the pistols finally brought out. I say finally, from the perspective of Spirit, broken down the economy. And K23 will wait it out to try and work their way in. SDY can't find the first one. Smoke out instead. He's lost his teammate. The pistol's doing a tremendous job, and B, I think, is the weakness. If they're going to capitalize, they've had 1 or 2 decent holds, but they've been scrappy. And this time, just the straight presence and pressure is going to give them the sight with an AWP and an M4. And it's the B site, which is so difficult. Look at the positioning on tunnels as well. Adren's in a perfect position to counterflank this, as he'll get information from Mo, who's aggressive. They go to look for him as well, and Chopper goes down as a result. And Adren, he can go anytime. Certainly, he'll take his time. He wants to know that they're all the way into the tunnel, and Nealon's going to call that any second as the utility starts to be thrown inside of the site. Magix finds the first one. Adren's got to hurry it up, though. He's got to speed this play, as Adren will try and continue to look and find Degster. Who sits on window? No, Magic's down. Dagster found as well. Norbert's got it. K23 steal the rounds.
Yeah, I mean, Adren taking it that slow is fine. He's insurance. He knows it's going to be hard to clear him. He knows they probably won't expect a follow-up flank after they just came through halls and encountered Mo in that position, 9-4. And just as Team Spirit looked like they were going to have a grasp on coming back into this map, they get knocked out. Even committed to the retake, they lose so much. 2 AWPs, an M4, a Deagle, and an SMG in this round, and not a whole lot of nades. Certainly no kits. And K23 continues to steamroll on this T side. Fame already out long. He's going to lead the way. Chopper's blind. He's gone down. It's a trade in the favor of Team Spirit. It's an AK for a Deagle, but still an opening kill.
Norbert's seeing if anyone's going to push out long to try and get information. We know Magic's done it a few times, but it's all just in hope that he'll be able to shut down rotations. What a turnaround from K23 to get that round back. Just when the momentum looked like it was going to turn. That is huge.
It's like shock and awe. That kind of a... Just the explosion at the B bomb site. Now just sending Fame out to see what he can get to his death. Just having him go duel. Playing Gladiator, essentially. Mirror's going to be inside the site with an AWP, but K23's not committed to this.
SDY. You love this off angle. Wow, okay, it's Ren. Jumps, spots, lands, drops the man inside of the site in the form of Mir, but SDY perfectly trades off of that. It's still one lost in the B site. However, no commitment off of it yet. 30 seconds. Bombs in lower tunnels right now, and they've got to start getting a move on the T side because Norbert's still just inside of the long cave, and Dexter's going to take him down relatively easily. So this will be a rotation to Catwalk despite that opening pick on B.
Oh, this flank is going to be brutal. Dexter might kill them both before Magix gets there, but actually they pause at the corner. There it is. There's an easy double, easy transfer, as they're not even paying attention. 5-9, so Team Spirit, despite the hiccup of losing the Tech 9 round at the B bomb site, still in a good position to have a decent amount of rounds going into the second half. I'm not sure K23 expected there to be ops on the board in that previous round. They might have thought that the economy would just be tarnished. This double op setup has been exactly like it's been a go-to for Team Spirit on defense. Adren gonna try and turn the corner. They've had success with it. He's gonna get close and wait, but loses the battle. Dexter missing a shot. Oh, that's a good follow-up.
He actually hit him twice because he hit the leg shot on the first one. It wasn't the kill, but he somehow got away with rebolting the gun and firing again. SDY can't hit his shot, though, on Nealon. And the fact that they were able to come out middle now and split B once more will allow a bomb plant. And it's round 15, so expect an effort on this retake. 3-on-3, Dexter on 4 HP as Mo has to look back inside of the smoke. Close up in tunnels as well. No one this time to counterflank as Chopper's going to work all the way through. Jump and bait a shot. Works out. Vision, and Chopper gets the information that he is up close. Mo had no idea there was two of them in the AK. Finding its way in so far, but Norbert to hold. Magic again to be the one to trade. But we'll need a little more magic, and we'll get it as Norbert goes down in the closet. And Spirit find round 6.
Yeah,
and this time I'm sure of it, Jason. I'm sure of it. There we go.
Oh, the kit was picked up at the last second, I think, inside the bomb site. So fair play. It happened to fall right next to the bomb. Almost a great take from K23, but you got to say, I mean, despite the half being this powerful for K23, 4 of the last 5 rounds going to the defense of Team Spirit. So that's a good recovery, considering for a while it was them getting battered over and over again. From 8-2 to 9-6. Team Spirit give themselves a chance. Second half pistol coming in.
And it's going to be a fast B hit. Bomb still at CT. Okay, so they might slow this down a little bit. They're actually going to put 3 players tunnels just to make sure the CTs didn't push through.
Yeah, but Nealon's got those pop flashes, so Norbert can peek towards lower B if he wants them. They're waiting for him to get contact and to call for which flashbang he wants. And there it is, low down, and that's the fight he wanted. A completely blinded Dexter, but neither of them can complete the kill.
It was obviously, as we saw, K23 winning the opening pistol and then getting a 4-0 start. K23 Probably not going to have that success this time on the pistol, and obviously Team Spirit would love to replicate that success. Great pistol round, all 5 staying alive, and execution style to win out the round.
Yeah, K23 got caught trying to execute that flash strategy towards mid. There was the second flashbang from Nealon that was going to come in. I think it was a Dren who was close to the doors who was turned for that flash, and it was really unfortunate timing because they're just crouching in to start heading out middle. So the flashbang was just a little bit late, and everyone from K23 had their backs turned to avoid getting blinded. 9-7. And a long take as SDY leads the way. Team Spirit.
Bold push from Fame as he goes through the flash of the smoke and catches out only one though, and that just leaves him vulnerable, susceptible to being absolutely erased. And eradicating all threats, they'll actually hold out long on what was a pretty aggressive stance from the CTs. Just one to remain on the site in the form of Norbert Deagle. Patience? Do they think that's all that's going to be on the A side? Do they think, we cleared? There's no one else here. Surely they're not going to chase for headshots. Finds one and nearly lined up a second. They get 2 kills out of it, but it will again be the round to Team Spirit, so good conversion after the pistol.
I gotta say, Chopper's having a great game. He's performing so well within his role. I mean, just supporting that long hit, just holding the edge of the smoke while his teammates try and clear the pit of the one defender. He gets a double kill in that fashion, just protecting the strategy. And he's done. He was also the guy who got tapped when they were losing long so frequently in the first half. He was the guy who got selected to kind of go take the matters into his own hands and finally be able to hold on to it for Team Spirit. Stack towards long A. They had 2 flashbangs on Mo and a Dren, but it's a B rush, so Team Spirit already have the bomb site.
Bomb planted is Mir tagged up. Notice there's some pressure back out toward the car. It was an A stack, taps through the windows of that car. It must be a Lada to be that weak. Actually, what am I saying? Those things are like steel, solid bricks. It must be Japanese to be that weak, because they use a lot more plastic. So there you go, Jason. There's your car facts.
Yeah. I was wondering where we were going with that.
It's Toyota. It's got to be a Corolla. Modern day Corolla.
Oh, we're all tied up. 9-9, and the gun round's going to get underway. That's actually a decent amount of kills for K23. USP's doing some work, and we're going to get an immediate pause in this round from Team Spirit. I believe, again, a tech issue, not a tactical issue. Something needs fixing. But we'll, at the very least, have the guns out this round. K23, plenty of money for the AWPs, whatever they want. Mo's going to be... I mean, he's rich, so he'll have everything. 16 kills on Norbert, and 15 on Dexter and Magix on the other side.
So timeout called. Chopper's the one that's called the pause. Yesterday I called that he was calling a timeout pause, or a tactical pause, and it actually turned out to be technical for him, so there's no other indication as to what this one is. I'm going to assume it's tactical, though, given the situation at 9-9, and we are going to get some guns out finally for K23. But they are the team on the opposing side and the winning side, so possibly not. Norbert's called that they're ready. I'll let this one play itself out as we look back at some of the replays and highlights from this map.
Yeah, and you'll see it starts out so heavily in the favor of K23. We kind of mentioned this as it was happening. A lot of it towards the long A. They owned that portion of the map for the opening stages of this map for this game. It's really good to see Team Spirit not only fight back at the end of that first half, but also take the pistol and tie things up really early on in the second half because they needed it. After the battering on Inferno coming into their pick and having a really slow start, that's a hole that they had to climb out of. And we'll see if they can keep climbing or if they're going to get stopped again. K23, I don't think are going to be slouches on this side. They're playing a very good game so far.
All right, so we'll get this one back underway and ready again. I don't think it was tactical, actually, but we didn't get any confirmation on it either way. Didn't see anything change in terms of pings or anything connection-wise, but either way, we'll get ready to roll, Jason. 9-9, guns out.
Someone might have spilled energy drink or coffee. Could have been anything. Fame
Busted the
gets
heat
tagged.
pack.
Yes, that's a classic.
Smoke catwalk. Mo's going to back it off. Kneeling to counter that smoke with a CT side as he plays that up on platform, as we saw. But bomb inside of middle right now, no commitment either direction. It's Norbert that's actually holding it long, looking through the double doors. So an aggressive position for him to play as a CT, waiting to see if anyone will be in that position. But again, having that long confidence, that hold, and Mo and the AWP at Carr, knowing that they can fall off even if they lose catwalk, that allows Nealon now to rotate over, and what a great spot to be in on top of the box, because even a smoke coming down, he'll be able to see it before it blooms, and he finds one already, lines up the second, and now he'll fade away inside of it with a great job done to shut Team Spirit's attempt of getting mid-control down.
And Norbert's caught on the flank, though. Good heads-up play by Mir to turn around, and Dexter's actually going to sneak into the smoke. That's not going to be expected. It's a good round from Nealon, who's had a pretty quiet game so far for how good he's been for K23 at various moments. But still, they don't realize Dexter's in such a position of danger. Run boost across. The Opera goes down. Mo gets caught. It's now all on Nealon, and he's got no support, no utility, and he falls. Fame left in a 1 versus 2 as he rotates from middle.
Bomb to be planted on A. The fact that they pulled this back on Team Spirit's side, impressive. And you mentioned it, it starts off by even Mir turning around to catch out the push. That opens up the options, opens up the map, and now Fame will work his way back in. Molotov already thrown. Got no kit to know. That's his only utility, so this is going to be a harsh play. A desperate one, and he's going to have to continue to move quickly, which means he can't use silence, he can't use anything. Sees the body, but not the one that's alive, and Mir puts him on the ground alongside his teammate to win the round for Team Spirit.
That one hurts. That you're delivered a double kill in middle right at the start by Nealon. You have a 5-on-3 essentially. The flank gets busted. Norbert obviously thought that was way, way more committed out mid. And Mir, because they had to stop due to the double kill, it just, you know, alarm bells start tingling. Check the flanks. Make sure you're not getting surrounded. And that opens everything up.
10-2 run, by the way. This was a 7-1 scoreline in favor of K23 at the start of this game.
Yeah. 10-2 run, and 6 of those straight now. Excuse me, 9-2 run. Timeout called by K23, just coming to an end. Both defenses really labored early on, getting trounced to start these halves. And again, K23 is just going to fight with the scout and upgraded pistols. First lead of the game for Team Spirit. First lead of the series, I think, since the first pistol round of Inferno.
I think you're absolutely right on that. Yeah, and you're right, 9-2, excuse me. It was 4-1 and then 7-1, so the other 9 rounds came a little bit later.
We'll allow it. We'll forgive you.
I'll allow it. Thank you. I'm glad that you've allowed it. Jason Moses O'Toole. The ruler of all. Adren's the ruler of B right now with the Deagle. Measures small on the ruler, but it reigns supreme in the exchanges. However, they're now back down to a 3-on-3. Flank coming in very quickly, it has to be said, but that's already going to be watched by Chopper. He's expecting it might be T-spawn. Does Nealon? Okay, I thought he might be able to sneak up, but Chopper is smart enough to check off the angle, check that position. And just like that, we find ourselves with just Norbert remaining as Mo gets executed very quickly, and Mir makes no mistake to take Norbert out as well.
I thought he might have seen the barrel of Chopper watching the flank. I thought he might have seen that next to the pillar. Wasn't to be, though. Almost a great hold inside that B bomb site. If they'd gotten that third kill, boy, that would have been dangerous. Nice try from Adren and Fame inside of B, but just running out of ammunition as they went along. It's okay. Now we've got the op back in Mo's hands. M4s as well. A single kit on Nealon. And the K23 defense better show up here in round 21.
And Mirage is the remaining map in this series. Mir already firing back inside the smoke at double, just to make sure no CTs are going to try and hold and be a bit cheeky behind the door. Magic, meanwhile, done it, Jason. I called him Magic.
Yep.
Magic, meanwhile, is going to work up cat. I did it first today. I know. I lost on that one.
Finally. Finally, you're the problem child.
Oh, I've been the problem child my whole life. I'm the middle child, Jason. That's all you need to know. Mo on the car with
turning
the
from utility. Ooh, I'm gonna take this one. This shot, they're crossing over into the site. That's a good find blind. And you can play it passively from here if you'd like, but Mo's gonna go back for more. Looking for the head. Oh, and it's Mir in return.
Dexter, though, finds Nealon immediately toward the elevator position, and that's going to give Team Spirit again a lead. But that is quickly eradicated by the fact that Adren takes SDY down. The advantage being now the bomb is planted on the A site. Dexter, AWP, drop shot position, which is... I see the CTs do this all the time, but it's peculiar in this situation without any information towards CT spawn because he could quickly fall and be caught and killed by anyone working in that direction, but they seemingly are comfortable and controlled as he will get the kill onto Adren. Mir found Norbert at long in the meantime, and just like that, it's all onto Fame. He knows the AWP's got to be close, but Dexter's ready for the shot.
Oh no, this is unfortunate for K23. A great first half that is now just fully slipped away from them. 8-0 for Team Spirit. Going back into the first half. Some really disgusting stuff, and Mo couldn't do enough to stop him. Team Spirit did get Catwalk super quick that round. They had control of Catwalk for most of that round, and an easy set piece onto the A bomb site, maybe at a timing that K23 didn't expect. Chopper surely sees this mid-rush. Surely spotted it coming around the corner. SDY is ready and waiting, so is Magix. Although he does fall, shouldn't be too much more in danger coming out from K23. That was their big play.
4-on-2. 4-on-1. Mir gets another kill. He's coming alive in this second half. We've talked about him being so consistent, but he was actually at the bottom of the scoreboard in the first half. He now is just behind Dexter, who sits on 20, and Mir on 17.
Mir had that really good performance on Inferno as well in a really tough loss. So he's putting together a good series, Matt.
Yeah, absolutely right. He was solid despite the scoreline, and we'll see if that can be translated over to the next map because it's looking increasingly like map 3 is going to be required in this series. Don't forget as well as Mo does get a no-scope onto the man we mentioned. So sorry, Mir, we kind of put you in the spotlight. But yeah, don't forget, of course, we've got world number 1 and number 2 going against each other again to determine who goes through to the finals in this particular RMR. It would only knock the loser down to the lower bracket finals, so still a chance that they could get back to that game. But yeah, Gambi and Navit. I've said it twice now.
Yeah. Good for you.
Gambi and Navit are going to be playing a little bit later on today.
Yeah, this is the opening act. We still got the headliners coming in hot. That's good stuff. So K23, a dominant win on their map pick of Inferno to start this series. Team Spirit storming back into Dust2, their pick. It took them about 10, 11 rounds to get into this game, and then from there, they've basically showed us exactly why this is their map pick. This is an 11-1 run by Team Spirit. They've really, really come alive in a big way.
K23's gone completely silent, and you talked about in the first half as well the potential for them to hit both bomb sites and Team Spirit having their spirits broken by having the thought of losing both. Well, now it's K23 who seemingly can't hold anything as they go back to a double op. Missed shots middle. They get the information that a player has jumped up on a catwalk, but they won't be able to do anything with that now. Nealon, good shot to start it off, and he'll take down Mir.
Mo still not finding anyone in middle. Ooh, there's the spot, but not a clean shot. Oh, he goes for it. He chases it down. I like that. Good find. Nealon can play this safe if he needs to.
He can. Take up damage from the flames. I'm not sure if that was heard or not by Magic. He had to check it either way as he slides out, but Nealon, you're right, can play it as he chooses, and he chooses to take 2 as well as drop the bomb, leaving Dexter in a 1-on-4. K23 finally looking like they'll take around on the CT side. It would be their first. Means the half goes 7-1, and Mo gets the final shot that's required to confirm that.
Yeah, but they better build on it right now. They don't have the time to drop the next round. They don't have time to exchange it. They need to just kind of string them together and stay in this. This would be they're kind of at that point where it'd be a nightmare if their economy got reset or taken away from them. Good. I mean, thankfully that round is a very solid victory. 4 players survived for K23, so they've got some money in the bank behind this, but they need to put Spirit on the back foot in the later stages of this half of this map. And Mir's gonna come down mid very quickly. Fame swings down, but can't land the shot. And again, it's towards long. Chopper finds an opening kill. That's on Neela, the hero of the previous round.
So Adren is going to work his way back over toward B, and it's the advantage, as you say, to Team Spirit. Mo, very deep angle with the AWP to see toward Cat. That light sort of edge that's illuminated by the sun, I suppose in this case, was misleading. He actually can't see through the gap, so won't spot them crossing over. He's actually waiting for them to commit to stairs, which means they'll be much closer to attacking his position when he does fall down. Now he's going to get a little more aggressive. Look for it, but great shot from Magic. And it's now 2 men up for Team Spirit as Norbert once again has to play the same position we saw Neelan do so successfully on in the last round. And he's got control of it by crouching down. No Molotovs yet, but can't follow up to find the second headshot. A site open, and the round in trouble now for K23.
It's so difficult to multi-kill at that railing if you don't have utility from teammates, if you don't have flashbangs coming up. You could even see Norbert, remember, he's got to worry about long A as well. You could see him consider it and just understand he'd have to take the risk that no one would be there. And Team Spirit just marched right up catwalk into another victory, into a 14th round. The op on Mo, he steps into the fight again and this time loses it. This is tough. K23 gonna save an AWP and an AK-47. They'll be able to buy in the next round because they still have a pretty decent chunk of a losing bonus, 2,900. But it's gonna be desperate times for the defense from here on out. Another loss like that, and they might not be able to fight much more in the half. We might be headed to Mirage. 14-10.
Ooh, Norbert, that doesn't look encouraging. That's a bit of rage. Glad he hit the chair and not the desk because we don't want anything to come unplugged. No monitors broken, no mice broken. But yeah, frustration obviously setting in. I don't mean to make light of the situation. It's easy to do, but yeah, understandably. I mean, this is an important match. Again, you want to go to the lower bracket final, excuse me. You want to get more points in the RMR. We know that Spirit carried over the most amount of points from the previous RMR, so they're in a great spot. But K23 trying to get back onto that top 5 spots that are awarded to the CIS that will grant people permission and teams access to the major. As Adren has to try and hold from window. They've already lost the B site. Molotov was thrown in his direction, and he'll have to back away from there, but he's actually gone through it. And I think it was actually a smoke that went bouncing outside of it, so he had position to work with. Tried to get on the bomb as well, tried to catch off Dagster, but he's too quick and too clever as he gets back in position and catches out Neelan, and he'll find Adren on the platform. Team Spirit find map point.
Oh, that's harsh. Adren did such a good job, and I think what he's trying to do there is bait the shot onto the diffuser and be able to jump up while the AWP reloads, and he just narrowly missed that opportunity to trade that kill. That's so painful after all that work. 15-10, and that would have been a huge lifeline to K23. That would have been exactly what they needed to stay into it. It's going to have to be 5 rounds in a row to force overtime. A valiant effort. Dagster leading the way in huge impact. 25 kills, 11 deaths for the Opper of Team Spirit. 9-1 run in this second half.
Impressive. Impressive. Isn't that one of the headshot sounds that people put in deathmatch servers these days?
Yeah, I think
that's from K's. I think it's Quake.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's an old school one from Quake.
I think it's also used in KZ servers when you do like a super good long jump.
Nice.
I don't hear it very often, obviously.
I suck at KZ maps, so that's a Launders thing. We let him have it. That's his world.
That and skins, apparently.
That and skins.
Magic behind smoke will hold it long. No one actually really there at all from K23 as they go for catwalk control instead. And this is the play they're going to make. This is a curveball at the end to try and force out overtime. 5 rounds required to do so. Nealon already up at the top side of the middle is actually in a good position to flank, but with 5 players inside of A, you know at least one is going to be looking backwards. So that's not like he's going to have clean access to backsides.
Here we go. Long A. Team Spirit just going to slowly creep up. All of K23 is here. They know exactly what's happening. Even flanking in, opening kill from Mo. You can see the flank in the picture-in-picture, but Magix is going to enter onto Norbert into the bomb site. Now all of a sudden the defense is a bit strained. 2 players on the low ground, 1 at the corner box, and here comes that flank.
Smoke still down. Nealon trying to work it to his advantage and look inside of the site, but unaware that Chopper was actually the one staring at him. Magic hit that shot cleanly. Headshot from on top of the platform. SDY and Mo gone. So too is Dust2 as we now have a 1-1 series heading to Mirage.
Yeah, that's a tale of 2 different games. I feel like we had 2 different games on Dust2. First, it was the dominance from K23, the surprise dominance on the map pick of Spirit, and then obviously the resounding change in which kind of a team Spirit we were watching. They took over that game in a big way, and there was no chance for K23 to get back into it. Even their opportunities to get back into it just got swept aside with ease. So a good showing from Spirit eventually. That needs to be from round 1 on Mirage, and this third and deciding map, it needs to happen immediately.
Well, we saw Mirage yesterday certainly be a great start for Spirit, but then that was where they gave up the 10 rounds in a row to Na'Vi and could not close. So I'm sure they're going to want to do better today. Otherwise, they're going to have to review how to close games. But they have managed to bring this back. The series tied 1 apiece. And with that, we send it back over to the desk because I'm sure they've got lots to say heading into the third and final map.